It's a bell-ringing Saturday. The Hoosiers get it done against the Badgers. 31-7. Told you at halftime it was going to be something like that. I said 28-7, which was silly because they were sitting on 10. Of course, 31-7 would have been the correct guess. Fernando Mendoza, 22 of 24 for 299, 4-0. Took too many sacks. He's got to get rid of the damn ball. Man, that guy does not like throwing incompletions, does he? Wisconsin didn't get blanked because on 4th and a half yard, they threw that crazy thing to Mason. Mason, the only receiver on that team that you really have to pay any attention to. So the Hoosiers, they get the win. They go to 11-0 for the first time in program history. And off we go. Now we get Indiana gets a bye week. And then you've got the red out at Ross-Ade against Purdue. And then it's the Big Ten championship game, which, honest to God, I keep saying it, but I have never thought that in my lifetime I would see Indiana play in the Big Ten championship, even when they were stuck in divisions, right? You had to find a way over the top of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. Now you added all those West Coast teams, Washington, Oregon, USC, and UCLA, and it's the top two teams in the conference play for the championship. How is Indiana ever going to be one of the top two programs in the conference when you've got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, USC, Washington, who came in as the defending national champs, Oregon, Iowa? You got a lot of teams that are really, really good and a lot of programs that have done it before. Indiana's never done it, never been to the Big Ten championship game ever. They're going to make the college football playoff. There's no way that they don't with this win over Wisconsin. With a win in 2 weeks, 13 days from today, you're going to beat Purdue and you're going to move on to you'll have an undefeated season going into the Big Ten championship. And you guarantee yourself, I think, unless you totally throw up a turd at Lucas Oil Stadium, which I don't see, you wind up with a top 4 seed in the college football playoff and maybe the number 1 seed if you can figure out a way to win at Lucas Oil Stadium. The one game that's interesting to me, by the way, Indiana did not cover. That's regrettable. Michigan right now up on Northwestern. Texas A&M coming back at the end of the third quarter. South Carolina's up 30-24. You kind of saw that coming, didn't you? And Texas A&M with the ball on their own 1 to start the fourth quarter. You saw that coming. I didn't think that there was any doubt that Texas A&M was going to find a way to come back and make it a competitive game against South Carolina, no matter what the hell the score was at halftime. But great games coming up today. Bama, Oklahoma. That's a big game in Tuscaloosa. You got Texas Tech and UCF. You've got Miami, North Carolina State, Iowa, and USC coming up. This game went by in a minute, didn't it? That was well under 3 hours. Usually college football games take 3.5. This one was 2:45, and it might have been a little bit shorter than that. That is an awesome way to start a Saturday. We like quick and efficient games. Efficiency, it's big. We like wins. And then secondarily, we like efficiency. If games were always 2:45, you couldn't get people to leave the stands in college football games. But because it's 3.5, sometimes 4 hours, man, that can be a long day sitting on metal bleachers, for God's sake. A beautiful day down in Bloomington, a full house, wonderful crowd. And Mendoza, like I said, the Mendoza Brothers, let's lump them in together. They were 23 of 25. That is 92% completion. All right, does that mean IU goes to the Big Ten championship game? Not necessarily. So, no, you got to win, or you likely need to win against Purdue because you have a lot of one-loss teams in the Big Ten. If Ohio State wins out, obviously they go, right? Indiana wins out, they go. But you've got Oregon with 1 loss. That loss to Indiana, that's a good thing. I think you've got USC with one loss, and you've got Michigan with one loss, and it looks like Michigan is going to remain a one-loss team. They are up at the end of the third quarter again, 21-9 over Northwestern at Wrigley Field. Notre Dame right now up 30-9 at Pitt. So we'll see what happens in the fourth quarter of that game. A&M has moved the ball to their own 44. It is now 2nd and 5 with 13:25 left. I thought Stephen Daly played his ass off today for Indiana's defense. I thought he was tremendous. I thought that defense was really, really good. Got to get off the field on third down, like Cignetti said, going into halftime. But you know what? That defense was stout against an offense that really has had trouble moving the football against almost everybody in the Big Ten. I'm surprised that Wisconsin scored it all in that game. I thought it was going to be a shutout. It should have been a shutout. If Wisconsin, like they throw that ball to Mason, that was a 45-yard touchdown pass that they just had to dink over the middle because Indiana had sold out to stop the run, not thinking that Wisconsin with a rookie freshman would think about throwing the football. So Indiana gets the win. We're all very pleased. We are used to that kind of thing happening down in Bloomington under Curt Cignetti. They have yet to, and they're raising hell in the streets. We got sirens blaring in triumph as Indiana has won, and all the fire sirens in Indiana have been fired. And no, I hope everybody's okay. I hope that's not a terrible thing. Although firemen making a run, it's rarely a good thing. They don't go out because somebody's having a great time and calls the fire department. So we'll hope for the best, whatever's going on over there. Indiana, they earned this bye week. That defense, really, really good today. Fisher was good, but Daly was the guy. Like, Daly's been really, really good. 3 tackles for loss today against Wisconsin. And who else played? Hardy played well on the defense. Lewis Moore was pretty good. You had Jamari Sharp made a couple of plays. When Jamari Sharp makes plays, you're happy he made the plays. Sometimes he gets beat. He's kind of that wingnut on that defense where if you get a good day out of him, you know it's going to be a good day for the defense. Mario Landino was good today with 3 tackles. D'Angelo Pons, I never saw, tell you the truth. He had 2 tackles today, but I didn't see number 5 anyplace, which is a good thing because it means they're targeting away from him, which you would guess. I think that Smith was told prior to the game, look for 5, throw to the other side. He threw an interception. He wasn't terribly good today, but he was better than you thought he was going to be. 9 of 15 for 98 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Fernando Mendoza, though, completing over 90% of his passes and averaging 12.5 yards per attempt today. That is just spectacular. And Charlie Becker, 5 catches, 108, and a touchdown. IU or Ohio State, who's had the easier schedule, Indiana has had the tougher opponent this season. Indiana with that win at Oregon. That was the toughest game that a Big Ten team in the upper echelon has played this year and posted a victory. Ohio State, though, what has Ohio State done? That's a reasonable question. And we know that they're going to have to play good football to win their game at the end of the season in the big rivalry against Michigan. They play UCLA today without their quarterback. They are 34.5-point favorites. Who have they played this year? They played Texas in the opener. Texas was number 1 in the opener, obviously not the best team in the country, as we've learned. They beat Illinois at Illinois 34-16. Indiana beat Illinois at Memorial Stadium 63-10. They beat Wisconsin at Wisconsin 34-0. They beat Penn State 38-14, and they beat Purdue 34-10. So, you know what? I mean, if I had a vote, and I don't, for the best team in the country, who would I grade number 1? I'd grade Indiana number 1. I just think their wins have been more impressive than Ohio State's wins. You had that win again at Iowa, which was damn tough. You had the win at Oregon. You had the win at Maryland, at Penn State, which was just a 3-point win. I don't know. I think that's a hell of a good. That's a hell of a good Big Ten championship game. You got Indiana and Ohio State. That's gonna be some serious shit. That's gonna be a fun Saturday with Indiana playing Louisville at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and then hopefully Indiana playing Ohio State at Lucas Oil Stadium. That is going to be a fun day. I can't wait for that day. What are we? 3 weeks away? Is that right? Yep, 3 weeks away. That's it. All right. Indiana gets the win. We have the victory bells. Have we ever done the bells and a windmill simultaneously? I got to make sure and not clock myself in the head. So we're going to start slow, and then we windmill with the bells, and we get the legs moving a little bit without crashing the statue into the bells, and we celebrate like hell because that's what we do. Go Hoosiers.